So we've seen how we can place entire InDesign documents inside of other InDesign documents, but what if we just want a little piece? What if there's a bit of a layout that we'd like to reuse over and over again? Well, there's also a way to do that, and it's called a snippet. So you can grab basically anything inside your layout. You can grab text and images and guides. You can go nuts, grab that content, and then go to the File menu and choose Export. Now you can also create snippets by taking that content and just dragging it to your desktop or dragging it to an open bridge window, but I do find that export is the best way to do this because when you export, you can also include guides in your snippets. So just a little detail, but this is my favorite way of doing this. So choose File, Export, and we'll look here inside this dialog box, and in terms of the Save As type or the format option, we have a whole long list. The one that we want to use for this example is InDesign Snippet. You'll see here that the file name changes to INDS. That's an InDesign Snippet. And we can give this an intuitive name. Something like intro. This is just an intro paragraph with some information about the museum, so we'll name it accordingly. Name it whatever you want. So go ahead and save this snippet inside Lesson 2 of Part 2 of your project files. When you're done naming that and finding the correct save location, go ahead and click Save. Now the great thing about that snippet is it's really tiny, and it really doesn't take any planning to create. I can just export it or drag and drop it, and now I can share that with other people. I could put it on a file server. I could email it to myself or my coworkers. I could put it on a thumb drive and share it throughout the office. How do you use a snippet after you've created it? Well, that's just as easy. Let's go to the File menu, choose New, Document, just Control-N on Windows or Command-N on the Mac, and that will bring up the New Document dialog box. For a document preset, make sure you choose Menu. That's just going to create another document, basically the same dimensions and size as the one we're working on, but without any content. If you don't have the document presets installed, basically you can just create a custom page that's 4 inches wide and 11 inches high. You'll still see the same results. When you have that all set up, go ahead and click OK. So here's our new blank page, and now we're going to use this snippet. Again, you can drag and drop from Bridge or your desktop. You can even drag and drop from your email program if somebody emailed you a snippet. In this case, I'll just choose File, Place, and navigate back to Lesson 2 of Part 2 of the project files. And here I find that intro.inds file that I already created. So go ahead, click Open, and now you see that the Place cursor is loaded with a preview of that InDesign snippet that you created, and then go ahead and just click and drop down that same content. Now, a couple things are going on here. InDesign is very smart about how it deals with snippets. It's not just storing the content, that is the words and letters. Let's zoom in here with the zoom tool to see what's happening. So snippets retain all of the content, but snippets also retain all of the geometry. So if I had multiple shapes, all of their sizes and positions and relationships would be retained. The other cool thing about snippets, let's go over here to the Paragraph Styles palette. Now, a new document does not have character and paragraph styles like cafe title and menu story copy. Those are the styles that are required to create and format this text. So InDesign is recreating the content, the geometry, and all of the supporting features to recreate this bit of layout.